Hello, and welcome to our course, ISIS and Cyber Terrorism, by Concise Courses. President Obama has frequently highlighted the need to counter ISIS within cyberspace. His closing remarks at the Summit of Countering Violent Extremism in February 2015 in the United States was as follows. The high-quality videos, the online magazines, the use of social media, terrorist Twitter accounts, it's all designed to target today's young people online. Is cyber jihad a threat? Yes, it is, and it's considered as being a viable threat to the security of those fighting violent extremism. The term cyber jihad refers to the use of modern technological tools in cyberspace in order to promote jihad against those classified by its followers as enemies of Islam. What do we mean by the term cyber caliphate? You'll often hear the term cyber caliphate in the media, also referred to as the Islamic State Hacking Division, or the United Cyber Caliphate. The Cyber Caliphate is a loose group of hacktivists that acts as a cyber army for ISIS. The organization was founded by Junaida Hussain, a British national who was later killed in a U.S. airstrike in Raqqa, Iraq. What is the history of cyber jihad? Even in its early days, Al-Qaeda consistently demonstrated a clear interest in making use of the Internet for propaganda purposes. One of the world's first ever pro-Al-Qaeda websites, Azam.com, was created nearly 20 years ago. Ever since then, the level of sophistication in the use of online tools for jihadist propaganda has grown, and continues to grow significantly. The pioneer of cyber jihad was Anwar al-Awlaki, the so-called bin Laden of the Internet, and he is credited with coining the term creative terrorism. ISIS, as an organization, obviously needs money. Cybercrime pays, and, in fact, can be considered as being a more reliable source of revenue for the terrorist organizations, as opposed to, for example, oil sales, which are now on the decline, mostly due to military action. ISIS's income has fallen by about a third compared to the same time last year, to $56 million a month in mid-2016 from around $80 million a month in the middle of 2015. Hence their need to embark on greater cybercrime. To finance themselves, cyber jihadists resort to the same tactics as cybercriminals, for example, conducting phishing attacks or selling hacked credit cards. This is, for example, how UK-born Yanish Tazuli, also known online as ERA-B007, generated over $2.5 million. Tazuli was then labeled as being the world's most wanted cyber jihadist, and his conviction was the first under British law for indictment to commit an act of terrorism through the Internet. Cyber jihad has elements that function like an NGO. Indeed, not all cyber jihad is offensive in nature. Cyber jihadists use the Internet to raise funds directly through donations. Al-Qaeda's global fundraising network, for instance, is built on charities and NGOs that largely communicate with their donors through social media and online forums. ISIS makes extensive use of Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. And according to senior American officials, operatives and supporters of the organization produce up to 90,000 pro-jihad tweets every day. Furthermore, a recent extensive study found that ISIS supporters operate at least 46,000 independent Twitter accounts, with 200 to 500 of these accounts active all day, thereby helping to spread the organization's propaganda. The organization has technically competent members indeed. A mobile app called Dawn of Glad Tidings, which for a while was available for download in the Google and Apple app stores, enabled its supporters to follow the organization's activities in real time. In addition to the extensive use of social media by the organization's operatives and supporters, ISIS's cyber jihad includes offensive cyber attacks as well, referred to as Ghazawa, which means raid or attack in Arabic. This term is used in ancient Islamic literature when describing attacks against infidels in the 7th century. Examples of attacks include takeover of U.S. Central Command YouTube account, over 19,000 French websites being taken down following the Charlie Hebdo attack, the Twitter handle of Newsweek, and the International Business Times website being hacked. 2 local U.S. news stations and a nonprofit group supporting military spouses being hacked.